Inmate who was serving a life sentence for murder in Omaha has died. Decabooter Williams was 71 years old. He was sentenced to life in 2003 after setting a house on fire near 41st and Boyd Street, killing a woman and her daughter. They were Victoria Burgess and Tisha Tolbert. The cause of his death has not yet been determined, but a grand jury will investigate as required by state law.